of spit. So let's see. Let's see what this is going to say. And this is talking about the curiosity of the venture on earth. I think I just said that. I think I just said that this hermit is this vehicle of expression of meeting and conquering and overcoming those challenges. It's on that other page. Let's see. If it were not for the element of curiosity, I wonder where it would ever be, Mitzi, I'd stay sit down in the chair for any length of time, huh? If it were not for the element of curiosity, all right, let's go back. Let's go back and show with this spit. Spit, I'm talking about spit. The hermit, the Virgonian hermit, we all have somewhere in our natal charts, which is the blueprint of our lives. No, it is not fortune telling. No, it has not got our preordained destiny and everything else we're going to do, say, feel, hear, and experience written so that you will follow them. But a pattern in the stars is reflective of a pattern in your life, because you entered earth on a specific moment, and in that moment you brought with you every single solitary element of that moment. Do you see me spit again? Okay, so it's just like the weather affects you, and what type of food affects you, and the discussions you've had with the various people during the day, a course of a day, affects you. Everything affects you. And it's all here in this spit, if you will. But let us just say that we decided, we're masters of divine essence. We've just forgotten our heritage. But we decided that we wanted to come to earth and experience the earth plane. And we wanted to experience all of the pleasures, sex, money, love, accomplishment, praise, glory, ego, all of those things. The eating, the drinking, being married. But we didn't necessarily want all the pain that goes with it. And the pain is the loss, the divorce, the death, the sickness, the trials and tribulations. Well, you can't have one without the other. You have to have both of them. You have to have day and night. It's one and the same thing. You have to have God and the devil. You have to have boy and girl. You have to experience these things as a human being. And you have to have the pain that goes along with them. Well, that's where you draw upon that Aryan courage. Say, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go down there, and I'm not going to fail. That's another word I want, Missy. What does it mean to fail? Because we're all going back. We're all going back to where we were before we got here. We're just going to take different roads to get there. Okay, so we were this hermit, and we came down, and we are curious creatures. We are very curious creatures. The Bible speaks of that a whole lot. We're very, very, very curious. So we have all this curiosity. That is our motivation. It is our motivation. The single driving force, the single imploding impetus in mankind is curiosity. We want to learn, we want to experience, we want to expand and extend our horizons. We do. So Mars takes care of that in us. I'm saying hypothetically, okay? It's that energy, it's that combustion, it's that tension, it's all of it that causes us to move along, to experience the next challenge, or what we consider it as a challenge, an obstacle or a problem, and we want to see what it envelops, what it holds for us. Okay, so while we're here with this overwhelming curiosity. We're dancing. We're dancing through this universe. We're finding and seeing and falling over, and sometimes we stand up. Sometimes we fall really deep, and we have a hard time getting back up. But we are experiencing the life of being a divine vehicle of expression, master of divine essence. So here we are on Earth. This happens to be the date was a Scorpio date. We'll get to that too in just a moment. We might not. But all of us, well, I'll tell you one thing, we're going to get to it sometime. You know why? Scorpio rules death. So there's none of us going to get out of here alive. But anyway, this curiosity. So the very fact that you want to learn, you want to see, you want to feel, you want to smell, you want to taste, you want to hear, you want to touch. These are the sensations of being human. And sometimes you're going to put your hand to the fire and it's going to burn. Now that was not a punishment, it was a corrective measure so that you will know not to put your hand to the fire again. But sometimes people think that things that happen to us that we perceive them as bad, they're punishments. They're not punishments. We are not being punished. You know, the only possible way that any punishment is experienced, not given, not put upon you, but experienced, is when you gossip about something that you don't know anything about. You really don't. Gossip, as far as I'm concerned, is the worst. If you're going to say that sin exists, there it is right there, buddy. There it is. That's the barrel full of it. That's the barrel full of pickles right there. And that alone is severe punishment. Because you're speaking out of turn. You're speaking from an origin that is false. So what is it doing to you? It's amplifying this falsity. And it is shutting dead cold the curiosity. Why? Why is it doing that? Because you're running your mouth full of spit, commenting upon things you don't know anything about. You don't know how you got here. How in the world are you going to talk about something that's going on here? You can be in it and experience it and then let go of it. Move on. Don't gossip about it. Anyway, let's talk about the curiosity. Should I break it down before I say this sentence? No, I think I'll say the sentence first. Let's see. If it were not for the element of curiosity, the earth and its domain of inhabitants would not exist. What did you say, Paula? I said that if it were not for the element of curiosity, the earth and its domain of inhabitants would not exist. So are you telling me, are you possibly saying that the courageous aspect of coming to earth, to be willing to face whatever it is you have to face and want to face and get involved with, is part of the curious nature that you possess that would fall under the realm of Aries? Ha ha! I wonder where your Aries is at. Do you know? Do you have an idea? Have you ever investigated enough to have a natal chart done? Do it for the heck of it. You don't have to believe it. You know, if it applies to you, use it. If it doesn't, throw it on the floor with the rest of the trash or spit on it. Doesn't matter to me. If it were not for the element of curiosity, the earth and its domain of inhabitants would not exist. You exist because you are filled with curiosity to find and discover what you will while you are alive on this earth plane. Now, how are you going to do that if you continually say no? If you continually sum up things as bad? If you continually go back to you're going to go back to the familiar forever as long as you're alive. But how are you going to experience that if you go back to the familiar and go back to the familiar and go back to the familiar and do not use this courage that you possess to walk through those doors that are labeled "enter at thine own risk"? And that is what you want to do. Let me see. The element of surprise is intricately locked within the purpose of each human experience. The element of surprise. So you can't possibly talk about something if it's going to surprise you. And if you're going to say that you know what it is, didn't you just do away with the experience? You are basking in your area of what you think is expertise, and you have shut down any way of expansion and extension of the glorious elements of the sublime that you possess. Let's see. New activity is constantly needed to sustain any sufficient level of endeavor. Oh, Paula, what do you mean? I'm going to exhaust myself. You're going to have a new breath every single solitary moment. Breaths. You're going to inhale and exhale. New breaths. You've got to let go of the old and bring in the new. Don't you realize that? To stay alive. And as you're doing that, new spit is formed. New spit is excreted. New spit is swallowed. And new spit will be coming out through other means. Okay, let's see. Curiosity. Let me get it on another page so we can see before I go any more. We're still talking about the Aryan energy, the Mars, the courage, the fact that you're a Virgo in nature. Everything, Virgo in nature means innocent and not being resistant to those things that you've never seen or tried before and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so we are going to take this spit as far as we can take it. And I said I was going to break down curiosity. You know, we're talking about spit and how relevant it is to our lives, and we're going to see, what was it? It was a 9 and a 55, and it equaled to 64, and it equaled that 10, which was that Wheel of Fortune, and it went down to that 1, that was the Magician, with the Aryan energy and the Mars propelling it to go. Oh, along with the universe, but we'll go back to that, maybe. Okay, let's go with it. Let's go with 3. Do I want to hold these out? Gosh, it's going to be a lot if I do, but I'm going to go with it. 21. Oh, that is that universe again. That is that dance of life showing up. Dance of life. I've already talked about it over there on those other pages. Anyway, we got an 18 here. We got a 9. That's that Hermit. We got a 15 here. We got a 19 here. We got a 9 there. We got that beautiful 20 again. And we got a 25 up here. Now this is going to be a magic act. Keep all those numbers separate. All right, we got a 21. What do we got? We got a 9 and a 15, 24. 33. We got a 33. Let me make sure. We got a 9, 24. Is that what I said? 9, 24. And 9's 33 and 25. I'm going to give you, by using the science of numerology, the heart of curiosity, the heart of what motivates us as human beings, that which we yearn for, long for, try to satisfy, is the source of our, if you want to, a lot of people say boredom. I don't know what boredom is, but anyway, that sense of boredom, restlessness, and agitation. Okay, let's see. 4, that's a 9, and 5 and 2 is 7. You go ahead. I hear you. Let's make sure. We got a 79, which is a 16, which is a 7. Okay, and over here, according to the tarot cards, that's a Chariot, that's the Tower. I'll be going over that in just a moment. Now let me come on down here and get that was the heart. Okay? So the heart of curiosity, because it is a 7, the heart of curiosity is God's favored number. Or so they say. Whatever and however and whenever and whomever you identify as God. God's favored number. Now, let's do the personality. 21, we got a 40, and then we got a 20. Let's make sure. 21, 40, and 20. Yes, sir. That is 60. All right. So 60 is the personality, and I'm going to cross out the 0, and I'm going to be left with this 6. Going to be left with the 6. And in the tarot cards, that's the Lovers. Now you tell me that there is not more curiosity enveloped in Lovers. And I'm talking about whether you're married, whether you're straight, whether you're bisexual, whether you're transsexual, asexual. There's more curiosity and more impetus to know, to learn, to experience, courage to speak, to interact with Lovers as opposed to any other thing in this lifetime. It is the relationship that rules us. Why? Because we are looking upon the other. Whomever it is that other is the mirror, the perfect mirror of ourselves. That's what I said. So we are constantly, forever, seeking to know more.